is heading back again for the third straight year.
How to game plan against Tom Brady. Yes, what do defensive coordinators in the NFL do? Well, number one, don't do what Gus Bradley and Bob Sutton did in the divisional and championship game rounds. They stuck to old school mentalities, played cover 2 when they shouldn't have, too deep, and Brady burned them underneath. You have to forget everything you used to know about the tried and true principles of the NFL, of playing defense, when you're playing this man. When Bill Belichick lost to Peyton Manning in 2006, he reversed everything. He said, forget the defense, we're going to pay offensive players, and we're going to let Tom Brady dink and dunk, take advantage of the rules, and win that way. Here's what you have to do. First of all, forget everything you used to know. It doesn't work anymore against this. 58 of Brady's 64 postseason completions have gone less than 10 yards per Boomer Esiason WFAN. Think about that. Why would you ever play too deep unless it's a third and really long? Number 2, dare him to beat you over the top. There's no Randy Moss here. Look at the personnel. You afraid of Hogan going deep? No. Cover 1 robber, robber 0 deep, cover 0, a lot of trail technique. Force him to beat you deep. Forget the down, force him to beat you deep. Third, no pre-snap disguises. Do not put yourself out of position when trying to confuse him. That's a rookie QB thing. That's not a Tom Brady thing. Positioning on the field, with your zone, with your man, is so much more important. Make sure your defense looks the same every time, despite the different coverages. Fourth, inside pressure is key. Dante Scarnecchia is a football god, and Brady, one of the most underrated things is his offensive line doesn't let him get touched. Forget about the edge rush. It's an afterthought. Drill the inside, don't let Brady step up like he loves to, and when he gets hit, he becomes very average. In the box, robber safety zone coverage. Whether the defense is in man or zone, the inside zone in the middle of the field is huge. LaMarcus Joyner, get ready. You are going to be huge in the Super Bowl. Finally, force him outside. Just like forcing him over the top needs to be priority, forcing him outside needs to as well. He's much more effective outside the numbers as per over the top based on personnel, but you gotta take away the middle of the field. Throughout the course of the 2018 season, there were 2 teams who really slowed Brady down. One was the Lions early in the season, another was the Titans in Week 10. Here's the Lions and Matt Patricia, who is going to be a huge blueprint for Sean McVay in the Super Bowl. Here we go, inside pressure. This is what you do to Tom Brady. And even though this doesn't get home, watch how Brady is affected. Also, watch the edge guys. The edge guy closest to us is going to do a little twist inside. The edge guy up top chips the back there. It's completely out of the play, but Patricia doesn't care. Look at that huddled mass in the middle. Look at Brady sprinting to the outside. Once he sees inside pressure, he becomes uncomfortable. Doesn't like it. He loves to see the edge players get behind him. He loves to see the tackles push him behind him and then step up. Here's the coverage. Notice the high and low. Why do the teams do this? So they don't get abused on the pick rub routes. You have to stay high-low. Cover 1 robber is the play. Man coverage across the board. Now look at this. Wide open guy underneath drag. Brady doesn't see it. Probably be because of the inside pressure that makes him bail. The other highlighted guy was the robber safety, who appropriately found Gronk on the deeper post there. It's a great job by Patricia highlighting inside pressure. Patricia knows chipping and having his edge players active is much more important than the actual edge rush against Brady. Look at how far outside Gronk is. That's not a normal Y position. He is outside, he is flexed. Yet look at that chip effort. It's a terrible chip. Terrible job, but still. The effort, the plan, the strategy was there to chip him despite how far outside he was. 1st and 10, early in the game here. Brady in a shotgun. I think it's 11 personnel. Active edges. The edge play in the short passing game, especially on the strong side, is so huge against Brady. Boom, you see that? As soon as the edge feels the cut, he needs to disengage and be aware. Look at that, what a great play. Eric Lee there, number 55, what a great play. Anticipate the 3-step quick drop, cut, boom, aware that this means Dante Fowler Jr. and he book him for the Rams. Unlike the Lions, the Titans are at 3-14. Like the Rams. This means more edge flexibility, but look at this. Here's another inside rush example. 3-4, the 3-down linemen will rush inside the 2 edges. The 2 outside linebackers will drop. See that jump there? It was called offsides, but look at Brady. He can't handle it. The line can't handle it. It's so much more effective than rushing 4 with straight edge rushes. What you'll also receive from Brady is a ton of screens. A ton of misdirection screens. There we go, Hogan goes in motion, a little rip. Edge discipline. This is Wesley Woodyard. He's an inside backer, but he's playing on the edge in the nickel defense. Stays home, doesn't take the bite, and literally blows up this wide receiver screen. This wide receiver middle screen has no shot because Woodyard stays true. There he is to the right. Takes on the blocker. Tremendous job. Exchanging edge rush pressure for edge drop back zone coverage to help out defenders is what we're talking about here. Look at that edge guy closest to us. He's going to drop back, and it's best to do it against the strong side. This pass play is designed to get someone to come up on the bubble screen and hit the slant. The slant man wins his route. The Pats are a great route running team, but Brady shut down because he sees the edge man drop. That is such... I can't overstate how important this is. To forget about the edge rush, not forget about it completely, but use those edge players to stop the dink and dunk offense of the Pats. Can you blitz Tom Brady? Yes. But never often, never 6 or more, and always hammer the inside. There's a linebacker, strong safety, inside twist, inside cross, whatever you want to call it, with 2 on the outside, 2 on the edge, dropping into the zone coverage. Now look at the formation. Look at how far away that strong safety is. Doesn't matter. You do that instead of tipping your hand. On the back end, it's a cover 3, 3 underneath, 3 over the top. Nowhere to go, but Brady sees the edge pressure, sees the inside pressure, and has nowhere to go. Again, once he sees that inside pressure coming, even if it doesn't come through, he starts to get happy feet. He despises it. I already made this statement that dropping the edge on the strong side to help with the picks and the rubs and such is a great idea. You could also do it on the weak side. And what this does is help take away the crossing patterns and the drags coming from the strong side. Right here you can see the Titans edge guy just misses it. Watch it here. Brady doesn't see him. If he's just a little sneakier, a little closer, it could cause some major problems for number 12. Alright, let's get into some coverages here. Pats down 13 late in the game. Patricia, most defenses would go a little lax, would go a little prevent. Patricia does not. Here is a staple that you have to run against Brady. Cover one robber. See the strong safety in the white circle there in the middle? Get ready, John Johnson of the Rams. Gronk beats his man. It's going to happen in the middle of the field. But the robber is there to shut him down. Brady has nowhere to go, gets sacked. Watch Brady here. He wants Gronk. Wants him. Sees the strong safety, shut it down, has nowhere to go. There are two specific callouts on this play that we have to pay attention to. See the motion there? See how nobody's chasing? This is very important. Remember the beginning. Do not get yourself out of position. Be vanilla pre-snap. Here it is. Look at the corner at the bottom. There's only one corner up top to two receivers, which means no one's chasing, which means Brady's thinking zone. Okay? This is how Patricia disguised coverages while remaining vanilla pre-snap. So Brady's thinking zone. He's thinking zone. It's not zone. It's cover one man. And the way you could tell is up top with the press. The corner didn't drop back in his cover 3 or cover 2. And there's the press. The other call out is the trail technique. When a Pats receiver is going past the second level, run the trail technique underneath that single high safety. This way you can cut left, you can cut right, and you still have help over the top. Brady has nowhere to go, throws it away. Great job by Patricia. It's probably an automatic call from zone to start the play to man to begin the play when that motion happens out of the base. Don't be confused. While I say to remain vanilla pre-snap and don't worry about the matchups, you still have to mix your coverages in. You still have to mix it up, and you can't do things to Brady twice. You can't keep doing it. Here is a great coverage example against Brady. A linebacker twist, it's only a 4-man rush, cover 2 on the back end. The edges drop into coverage. The corners are also too deep, while the single high safety comes up in a robber. Watch this. There's the twist inside. Only 4-man rush, but it's all condensed. It's all in the middle, inviting Brady to go outside. It's a great coverage. 1st and 10, empty sets. Here we go. Now, first of all, look at the top. Those two guys can't stay even. They can't stay flat together. Communication is a key. See the top corner there? Communicating, gets up. Now we got a high-low pre-snap, which works against the rubs and the picks that the Pats are religious with. Now, first of all, yes, McDaniels, Brady, they run a lot of empty sets. In this case, it's a 4 wide receiver, 10 personnel, James White up at the top. You need a dime against this. You roll with a dime against 10 personnel, 20 personnel, or even 11 on 3rd and long. The matchups aren't as key to me. The only ones you really have to worry about are, when it's really bad. What if the Pats come out in a base personnel as they normally do? When this happens, there's no choice but to put the linebackers out on an island against tight end and fullback. When you do this, the inside man, see that mid-zone linebacker, inside linebacker? He becomes crucial. Don't worry about the matchups as much as positioning. And here we go up top, slant, flat combo. They follow through, they don't switch, which I don't like because it's a back and a receiver with 2 Bs. I'd rather the switch and worry about positioning. But they get away with it here. When Brady goes to these empty sets, matchups need to be in the back of the mind. The first thing is about positioning and technique and coaching. While mixing up coverages and remaining vanilla pre-snap, the most critical thing is to play in-your-face defense, 9, 10, even 11 at the line of scrimmage in a press, bump and run, trail technique situation against this personnel. This personnel calls for it. There's no burners. To play bend but don't break defense is killing yourself. Gotta do this. If Brady beats you deep, you tip your cap, you say good job, and move on. Alright, now we start getting into stuff that you should not do. 3rd and 13, pre-snap, it's a single high, strong safety in the box, but that's pre-snap. It's a single high roll to a 2 deep as soon as it snapped. Do not do this against Brady. Positioning is much more important than trying to confuse him. Look at that. Look at that safety. His back is to everything. He's trying to get to his zone, his deep half zone. And Brady knows. Brady knows. He finds the receiver over the middle against it. To try to run and disguise coverages when it takes you out of position against Brady is murder. Don't do it. Remain vanilla. Positioning is much more key. It's funny, just as the Pats take advantage of the rules and still do, recently they flipped everything on its head by going back to the power running game. The rushing game is the great fear. And McDaniels and Brady, they use man and zone blocking principles via the great Dante Scarnecchia. Not only is the running game the fear, but the play action off of that is also the fear. They're not going to beat the Rams without a rushing game. They wouldn't have beat the Chiefs without a rushing game. The play action, a lot of whams, cracks, zones to disguise the run and allow Brady a little easier over the top. Look at the stats. Completely ridiculous. 48 attempts against Kansas City. Are you kidding me? The game plan was obvious, and they did it. Defensive keys, how do you beat it? You remain stable. You remain responsible. Never overplay. Never get exotic. Remain vanilla, even against the rush, even in run support, and the strong safety is huge against the run. 2nd and 9. Here's a great play action that just burns the Chargers. There's Gronk. It's a play action dive wham. Watch Gronk's motion here. There's also a crack at the top, a crack before he goes to the flat, that weapon up there. See, Gronk wham, takes the center's man. There is the safety playing the linebacker. He's already beat. He's already beat. Look at him. Edelman just takes a straight shot slant route. Brady hits him for a huge play. Now here we go. There goes Gronk. Watch the center's movement. Check this out. He moves like it's a run play. Boom. Going to the second level, but then stops so he doesn't get a penalty. Illegal man downfield. And he could do this because Gronk picks up his man on the wham. That takes the second level's attention. Brady hits Edelman. Here's an example of another play action the Pats love. The misdirection play action. 1st and 10, tight end comes in. He's going to stay in the block. There is the route pattern. It's a high-low concept with a seam up top. Watch the right side of the line. Watch the right guard. Watch the right tackle. Explode like it's a run play. I can't tell you how big that is. That's Dante Scarnecchia. That's coaching. That fools the entire defense. That fools the second level. Without that motion, the second level gets depth and helps take away this deep dig by Edelman. How do you stop this? Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh, they're going to have to be responsible beats on the inside to stop that running game, to help the play action. Short yardage, 4th and 2, you know the Tom Brady sneak. The Titans are lined up in a perfect defense right here. They're not overplaying anything. They're pinched in a little bit, but they're not overplaying. It's the jet sweep play action with the running back flat. This comes down to edge responsibility. You have to allow Aaron Donald and Suh do their thing. There's the edge. He cannot stick his nose in the inside if it's not going there. He's beaten. Play action to the running back. The jet sweep with Cordell Patterson worked perfectly. But here is why it works so well, and here's why the Pats do it better than anybody in the league. Dante Scarnecchia, look at the line. Look at them converge and pinch in. Look at it. That is deception at its finest. The Rams, McVay, they're going to school on edge responsibility to not allow this to happen. Remember the statement that the Pats have turned everything on its head and have really played off of the power running game, the old school power running game, so far in the playoffs. Well, this play is 90s Cowboys. The lead draw. They had a pump fake into it, but it's the lead draw that Emmitt Smith used to run so well. And you see that 3 technique lineman there? Watch this. See him dart to the inside, swim and move to the inside. Can't do that. You have to remain responsible. You have to take your man head up and wait for the back to come to you. If not, Michelle will burn you. Gotta be responsible. Gotta take it head up. While the entire league is running zone concepts, McDaniels, Brady, they love themselves some power rushing game, some man-to-man old school philosophies. This is a 3rd and 4. Gets a first down. To Brady, who could call anything at the line, it's a numbers game. The Chiefs are on a dime against 11 personnel. There is the power. The right guard is pulling. Gronk on the right side is cracking down. The center is getting to the second level and cutting. Just enough to get the first down. There goes Gronk, takes out the edge. The only way to save this play is Barry on the right side. If Barry shoots up and takes the edge, sets the edge, that's the only way to save it. He is way too late to dissect it. I mean, great power play by Scarnecchia and Brady. This one is just too easy. 1st and down. 6 minutes in the 4th quarter. Pat's down 4. Look at the formation. Look at the run. It's a weak zone. Gashes the Chiefs and Bob Sutton. Look at this here. Cordero Patterson is in an H-back type position. He's a receiver. They overload the short side, but the Chiefs leave Sorensen as the only second-level man on the weak side. Too easy. Numbers game. Brady sees it, takes advantage. Again, 4th and 1. Again, not overplaying your position, not overplaying your hands is what you have to do against this offense, and especially against the run game. Brady will simply check out and call the play that works. I understand what they're doing. They're against it. They're taking the sneak away. But you could go double A gap. You cannot go double A gap, double B gap. That's insane. It's insane. And then leaving Sorensen on as the other backer, can't do it. Just can't do it. You gotta play straight up, gotta play vanilla, and let your coaching and personnel win. How did teams defeat Scarnecchia's rushing attack? Well, up front, it's discipline. Up front, it's vanilla and discipline. The main factor is that extra safety run support. The guy who's not blocked, who's not accounted for, has to be a major factor. In this example, line strong safety is not a kid. Actually blocked pretty well. Outside zone to the right, but he's unblocked and he makes the play. Back to the passing game and how to defend, 2nd and 7, and how to defend what the Pats love most. Stack, bunch, close weapons to get the picks and the rubs. Defending the stack and the bunch, do not press. Pressing is a bad idea. Only press when the weapon is alone, when he's on an island. Instead, play back, play the matchup man, have your zone, and take the man that comes into your zone. In this situation, they press Gronk, and he just simply cannot get out to the flat. Anybody cannot get out to the flat. They did not play matchup man, they did not switch, so that man had to go over the top to get Edelman in the flat, and it's just too late. Play matchup man and off. If you want a quick lesson of what not to do against Brady, turn on the Chargers game. I don't know what the hell they were doing. They were playing their bend but don't break defense. They were being completely stubborn. Can't do that. Simple halfback angle. It's a 3rd and 6, mind you. Chargers are in a 2-deep look, which, first of all, do not do that. Unless it's 3rd and real long, do not go too deep under any circumstances. Cover 2 sink. In theory, it's supposed to take away the first down. But remember, Brady, 58 of 64 passes, fewer than 10 yards in the playoffs. How do you let that halfback angle underneath? Forget the 2 deep, get in their face, unless it's 3rd and really long. Terrible day. More Chargers, more 3rd and short, 3rd and 3. Press across the board, 1 deep. There goes Edelman out of the back to the receiver to see what's up with the defense. It's a seam flat combo. The press on Gronk up top was okay until Edelman joined the fray. Once Edelman gets near, you gotta back up. That's number 1. It is a cover 1 press, man across the board, single high. They didn't back up, it's still a press up top, which means they can't switch. Gronk clears the way, rub, pick, what have you, and Edelman's man cannot get to the flat. This should be automatic for McVay and Wade Phillips' defense. Press is fine, win on an island, but when someone joins, when it becomes a stack, when it becomes a bunch, Get off the press and allow the switch option. Matchups are not important, position is. Critical play here, the first play of overtime against the Chiefs, 1st and 10. Base personnel, both sides. Brady will motion Edelman down into a stack position behind Hogan. There are the routes. I don't like the press, remaining press, but that's not the sin of the play. The sin of the play is how deep the other defender is. Are you kidding me? You're afraid of Hogan beating you deep? Look at that cushion. Again, I don't care that it's overtime. Throw away everything you used to know. If it's not a press, get up, stop him, trail technique. Gotta let him beat you deep. That is just way too much. More big time clutch downs where the Chiefs just don't get it done. Strong safety, robber play. It is huge, especially when the coverage is man. There's Sorensen in the middle, robber. He needs to be on this deep dig. He is not, and you'll see why from the end zone view. Big chunk there. Here we go. Sorensen, 49 in the middle. Reading Brady's eyes. Don't read his eyes. Head on a swivel. Don't read his eyes. Head on a swivel is the way to go. This one's about coaching. Almost every Pats play has some kind of shift or pre-motion. There goes Burkhead. Who's covering him? Bob Sutton, what is your defense doing? You want to give Brady an easy one? Look at this. Brady's actually late delivering the ball. Folks, this will not happen with McVay and the Rams, but this was huge in the Chiefs game. Gotta be on point. More overtime. Here's one of the crucial 3rd and longs Brady converted. I think there was 3. The first 2, Bob Sutton played inexplicably plays too deep. This team doesn't throw over 10 yards. Why are you playing too deep? Are you kidding me? Busted coverage, but it's expected to happen against stack and bunch looks. That's why you need the robber underneath. Just ridiculous. The final 3rd down conversion, 3rd and 10. This is the Gronk slant. Sutton finally gets wise. They get down to the 30-yard line, ditches the 2 deep, puts Sorensen in the robber, and he's in perfect position. Man press across the board, that's great. He just misses it. I don't know where he goes. He ventures to the middle of the field. Why? He's already on the short side. Stay on the short side. If you go to the middle, you're in no man's land. Just not a good job by the strong safety there. Man press. Sutton finally started doing it in the second half, and it was working. But he just got a little lax in overtime. He was afraid. Can't do that. If Brady beats you over the top like this one to Gronk against Barry, so be it. Tip your cap, move on. But make them do that several times a game. They don't like going deep. Take away the underneath play. Finally, to wrap it up, you know the Patriots. There is something with one of their concepts they're going to work off and they've been saving for the Super Bowl. I think this is it. The double flat. This is the first play in the game against the Chargers. They also ran the same concept a week later against the Chiefs with Cordell Patterson. They sent one into the flat to clear the zone defender, and then a second flat across it. Don't be surprised if in the Super Bowl they try to hit something deep with the Rams going to school on this play and overplaying it short. Listen, the Rams come equipped to the party with the right personnel. Aaron Donald, the monster, and Ndamukong Suh, inside pressure on Brady. That is the key up front. Aqib Talib, former Patriot. He is so underrated, it's not funny. The question is, can the edge activity hold up? Can they be good in coverage? Can they do their job? LaMarcus Joyner, I'm not worried about him as a center fielder. Can the strong safety Johnson also be good enough? Wade Phillips is the right guy to do it. If not, this man, I'm not going to say his name. You see it right there. This man's going to win his 6th freaking Super Bowl.